is everybody doing? I have a window of opportunity where I literally get to sit in the van for my son during his drama rehearsal. So I figured I would take the opportunity before I go run around with my little one outside to just share a bit of encouragement with you. Just a little backstory. I want to I guess come to a place of letting you know that I have been through a variety of seasons of life. I have been a full-time working mom outside of the home. I have been a full-time single working mom outside of the home. I am now a current stay-at-home mom, and I work from home. I homeschool my children. And so you can imagine the variety of seasons that I have been through. There have been many. And when my husband and I originally married, we had plans and we had goals. And yes, my 1-year-old is climbing on the car seat right now. And we worked towards those goals. The biggest one was for me to be home with my children so that I could raise them while my husband would be the sole provider. And we worked towards that so that we could be debt-free and we could have savings, and we achieved that goal. We paid off $45,000 in 18 months. So I am here to tell you that it can be done. And I resigned, and the plan was for him to work, and he became unemployed. And then we were both unemployed. And at that time, we had a 4-year-old and we had just over a newborn. He was like 4 months old. So you can imagine the amount of stress that came on during that time. We had just celebrated our 1-year anniversary. And so, yeah, there was a lot that was going on. We ended up having to let go of our home because my husband was not getting any bite in the employment area. He was underqualified, overqualified. It was just crazy. So we were able to be blessed to stay with family. Bless them for letting us stay there for almost a year. And then we got our own place. And then because my husband did get a job, but since then my husband has been taking on jobs that we're just making it, and that's where it's been. He wants to drive now, and that's where we have been, is just making it. And I have tried working outside of the home. I had to take my children with me, and that was hard too. And so we have been blessed with me to be able to find something to do. Sorry, he's here. Say hi. Look it. Say hi. Something for me to do from home. I feel like you can't see me. Let's see here. I feel like it was good lighting and then it kind of went weird. Anyways, all to say that we have been in a place of, financial burden. And me working from home wasn't for the sole purpose of me bringing in extra income. It was just because, and it is because I love to help other women have the freedom in life that I do have through good nutrition and fitness. But there's another part to it, and I want to let you in on that. We have been in a place where we have barely been making it. And thank God for me having this extra income, I have been able to cover some of the bare necessities. We don't do date nights outside of the home. We do make it a point to do those. We don't do family nights outside of the home. I make it a point to do that. Everything, I feel like, 90% of what we eat, I provide it. And it gets tiring. And so my husband and I, we started going about our financial situation in a different approach. We took on the Dave Ramsey plan. If you haven't heard of it, it is amazing. It's called Financial Peace University. And we started just chipping away at those things that were causing us to be in bondage very greatly, because we don't have savings anymore, and we do have debt now, and that needs to be paid. That debt hasn't been incurred because of having been unemployed and just being in low-wage employments. And so my husband received some news today that is going to put us in a place financially to be able to no longer need to, for him to be able to cover all of our expenses. And I wanted to share with you because we were just recently, talking about where we are. We talk about where we are financially. Oh my goodness. that was Jude. Sorry about that. We talk about where we are financially often because we need to be in communication as to where we are. But it was just kind of like this, it's okay, we're going to make it. Like, we need to, like, we shouldn't have to be discussing whether we could put extra gas in the gas tank or not. Like, it was just, it's, oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I thought this would be a good idea, but I guess it's not the best of ideas. But anyways, yeah. So I want to share with you some things that have really helped me. My goodness. I'll make this quick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling you, it was a good idea before I went live. I want to share with you some things that have really helped my husband and I maintain unity during, it has been 5 years now, of this trial of everything that I just shared with you. First and foremost, our relationship with God. We have to have an individual relationship with God, and we need to have fellowship. And so going to church Sundays isn't going to cut it. It does work, yes, having fellowship in church and the study in church has been very effective for us. We have on our calendar, we have a weekly time that him and I meet and we do a Bible study. And that has been amazing to work on our marriage. Before we did that Bible study, we were doing Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace, and that really helped our marriage. And in case you haven't seen that specific video, because of us coming on the same page and saying, like, no longer will we be in this position. We don't want to be we don't want to be in debt for the rest of our lives. We want to be able to send our children to we want to be able to send our children to college, all of those things. We paid off $10,000 in 8 months, and that was not with any extra income. That was just with us realigning our finances. So here we are. My husband received a piece of good news, and once he's able to share with more family and friends, I'll be able to share with you more in depth. But it does allow for us to be able to say, we are going to make it. And my earnings from my business get to go back into my business. And no longer does it mean that I am supplementing our income. It is going to be for the business. And so weekly Bible studies. We do a family night in the home. It could be geared around our faith, or it could just be for just fun. We do, my husband has on the calendar a night with him and the boys. And no, my goodness, no thank you. And so, yeah, I just want to let you know, God, there's this saying that God doesn't give you more than you can handle. I promise you he does. And the reason that he does is because we're not meant to handle it, and we're not meant to carry the burdens that we do carry. We're meant to be real with each other, and we're meant to take it to God and seek prayer when needed, and know that, our labor is not in vain. And so I just share with you for encouragement that I am in the trenches. I'm not coming from a place of, having it all together. I'm coming from a place of, I'm in the trenches. And I don't want to be there forever, but for right now, that's where I am. And so I've come from a place of 6 figures of income, and I've come from a place of barely making it. And I'm not going to be there forever, so I just wanted to share that piece of information with you and let you know that God is faithful and God will carry you in all seasons of life. You just need to seek him. Thank you.